All right, the weather is not so nice outside. So we're going inside with our garden guru, Doug Oster. He's helping us get a jump start on our summer veggie gardens.
Yeah, well, Doug's in his cozy greenhouse showing us how to start our veggie seeds on the cheap.
Welcome back to the greenhouse. It is toasty in here. That's one reason to have a greenhouse. And take a look. I've been starting seeds for, a couple weeks now, maybe longer. But there's still plenty of time for you to start some seeds indoors. That's what we're going to do today. But everything is sprouting. It's exciting to get started. And growing from seed is satisfying. It saves you money, but you can grow things that other people can't. And that's one of the fun things of starting from seed. And we're going to start from seed today like you would indoors. The same procedure I used for the greenhouse. But we need a good planting mix. So go to your garden center or nursery and just tell them what you're doing. We don't want to use garden soil or potting soil. It's too heavy. And we get it wet first before we put it in our containers. And to determine if the moisture is right when you mix it up in another pot is we take it out of here and squeeze it together. And it shouldn't drip, but it should stick together. And that's what we want it to do. Now it's perfect. And so I've got most of these little containers filled up, but I like to use the old 6-packs, 4-packs from last year's flowers. You can use any kind of container you want, yogurt containers, but they have to have drainage in them. That means just some hole in the bottom so that the water can find its way out, and we'll fill that up, and I'll show you how to do that. You know, it's common for people when they first start seeds to put in the dry mix, then the seeds in the water, and then everything just kind of comes out. And just push it down a little bit more in there. All right, and I'm planting a whole flat of tomato seeds. It's one called 3945. I'm actually giving them away. The original tomato was found on the battlefield of World War II. So that's exciting, and somebody local had kept it going for all these years, and so I like to give the seeds away. You start them, and then send me some back after you harvest. And we just want 1 or 2 tomato seeds in each cell. And you know, you're always going to have too many because you're always thinking, well, what if they don't sprout? But you'll always have plenty, trust me. You know, even though I'm trying to just get one in here. And now all I do is kind of fold the soil over and push it down so that there is good contact between the seed and the soil. And then what you cannot forget to do is you have to label them, because every tomato seed looks the same. And so every seedling looks the same. And so when they come up, if you don't know what it is, you're going to have to wait all the way until summer when you harvest your tomatoes. Now we cover the whole flat with plastic. I use these old dry cleaner bags because I'm cheap. Any kind of plastic will work. And you can see this one's been used already this year. You can see all the stuff in here. And we'll cover it up. And this keeps that soil from drying out. If this seed gets wet, then dries out, and then you wet it again, it's not going to sprout. So we must keep it moist. Now, as soon as they sprout, that's when we take this plastic off. Anyone can do this. Anyone can make this happen, where these will sprout up. But the trick is, you're going to need some extra lighting. And nowadays, that means LED lights. And I actually got a great setup from our friend Andy Anrime, Handy Andy, down at EV True Value Hardware. Check out these LED lights. They're magnetic and they stick to anything metal, and they are bright, and this is what's going to give you the strong seedlings. All right, that's all there is to it. Now, before I send it back to the studio, it's daffodil time. This is Daffodil Hill. Get some seeds started. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Doug. And we want to talk about this because Doug planted that Daffodil Hill right up behind his house in memory of his grandparents. So they're buried at a cemetery in Cleveland, and the real Daffodil Hill is at that cemetery. It was planted back in the 1940s. So he started planting his own bulbs. He adds a few each year to remind him of his loved ones. And I just think that's what a wonderful gesture that is.
Yeah. So, and by the way, if you want the heirloom tomato seeds Doug mentioned, go to his website to find out how to get them. You can look for the link on our PTL page.
Yes, all good stuff, and we love free. Thank you, Doug.